structural support to the flight support system during all of the spacewalk servicing tasks.
Handle will be next.
Drew Feustel with the handhold that will be attached to the outside of the Wide Field Planetary 2 just there in front of him. There are 4 zip nuts that will first be installed, and then those will be hand tightened. You see those hand tightening mechanisms there just in front of him on the fine guidance sensor handhold. This handhold matches all of the radial instruments, including the wide field camera and also the 3 fine guidance sensors that are mounted sequentially around the telescope circumference.
Matt, you ready for me to install the handhold? Sure, Drew. John is just finishing up the L-gap cover, so it'll be a few more moments. Okay. But I don't see any reason why we couldn't get the handhold on now. Okay, handhold's going on. Okay, Matt, the L-gap is installed. Copy, John. You want to retrieve your Bay 10 thermal cover. I'll get it on the way.
And John Grunsfeld now has handed the multi-setting torque limiter over to Drew Feustel. This will be able to apply a little bit more pressure torque to the ground strap bolt on the WFCP 2 grounding strap. You see the WFCP 2 there in this view from John Grunsfeld. Drew Feustel just off to the right on the end of the shuttle's robotic arm and a foot restraint.
No turning. Yes, the MTL is slipping. Copy, John. I see our next is to remove the CMTL and try it without an MTL at all. Houston, Atlantis, if you heard my last, you concur with that step 2?
Mass, we're talking, hang on.
Mass, I put in 3 attempts. Probably got about 3 MTL slips on each attempt and see no motion on the A-latch bolt. Copy. Go ahead and put it in there if you would.
Atlantis, Houston, just to help us out, can you just double check one more time that the MTL was in 45?
We'll have them do that. I see 45. I see 45. That's confirmed, Dan. 45.
Mass, we copy that. In that case, we're with you in step 2, removing the CMTL.
Okay. You can remove the CMTL from the ratchet, and we'll try without an MTL. Okay, Megan, 2 feet away, please. 2 feet away.
So increasing the torque up to 45 inch-pounds, that was not able to release the bolt either. So the next step will be to remove the multi-setting torque limiter completely from the ratchet tool and apply a little more force without any limiter.
John, do you want to stay there for now? The short adjustable, the snout is the same, right? Are you thinking? Yeah, the snout is the same. I guess before we break the A-latch, which is a game-ending activity, so we ought to try that short adjustable. So maybe Drew can load it up to what he thinks is a little more than what the 45 was. Well, I go get the... I mean, it's hard. 45 to 56 isn't much different. I really defer to you on the ground, man. I'm happy to go and get it.
Atlantis, Houston.
Copy, John. I was just wondering if you might want to stay by with Drew as he tries this. Yeah. He's almost done with the reconfigure the tool. He is done.
Yeah, Atlantis, Houston, we've been talking and listening to your discussions on this as well, and we think that John's plan is suggesting to go get the short adjustable is probably a good one, and maybe that would be the best next action vice going immediately to step 2, given that we don't have any good positive indication of that failure torque as we approach it.
Okay, Dan, so we're not going to do step 2. we're going to have John go get the short adjustable. And we will have Drew, I guess, we'll use the contingency MTL again.
It'll take me just a couple of minutes. Okay. I'm the free floater.
Take your time.
Take your time, John.
But Dan, just to be clear, we're going to retry with the short adjustable and the contingency MTL set at 45. Is that right?
Landis Houston, that is a good plan. That's what we're just discussing, Mass. We think short adjustable with contingency MTL is probably the best next action.
Very smart. Okay, Drew, so you can, I'm not on the way off reconfig, but you can keep the contingency MTL on the tool, remove the 8-latch socket, and we will have John fetch the short adjustable. He's on his way now.
Getting a lot of practice at this. I'll have to put it back on.
A lot of pull tests.
Yeah, one of the more fun things to do. That's right. Yeah.
John Grunsfeld headed down to the airlock to retrieve a short adjustable ratchet to assist with breaking the torque on the grounding strap bolt, which has been a little troublesome in releasing.
You want me to take the whole thing, John? Yeah. If I get to the wide field, we're coming in, handhold, we're coming in. You can stop. Got a tether. Okay, thanks. Okay, Megan, stop motion. Motion stop. Okay, stop motion. Motion stopped. Okay, Mass, I just want to understand how far can we go with this, and what are the implications if I over-torque and break the bolt?
Sure, you want to know. Houston Atlantis, you might have copied Drew's question. We know the failure torque on this bolt is 57.1 foot-pounds. We had the MTL set at 45. What the crib sheet says is if we don't get it to break here, we're going to reconnect the ground strap and blind mate connector. So I guess Drew's just wondering how hard he should try on this A-latch. If you have any words for us, we'd appreciate it.
Landis Houston, we copy that, and thanks for asking. There's actually no issue with having the latch taken all the way to the failure point. The instrument should still function, so Drew can have at it, and you're correct. If we get to that point, we will need to reconnect the ground strap and blind mate connector, and we'll just leave it as is.
Okay, so Drew is good to use everything he's got then to try to break the torque here. Is that correct?
Mass, I'm sorry, you were stepped on. Say again.
So in other words, he can use what he needs from his strength to try to break the torque. Is that what you're telling us?
That's exactly right. And as soon as he does, if he's successful, start to have some motion in the latch, we'd like him to go ahead and stop at that point.
Okay. Thanks, Dan.
Okay, but I think we understand that if it breaks, then wide field stays in.
What John said is correct.
Thanks. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. It turned. It definitely turned. Yep. It turned. And it's turning easily now. Very nice.
Okay, and Landis Houston for EPA, we copied and saw that. That's great news. At this point, we'd like to put the MTL back in series with the short adjustable.
Well, this has been in there for 16 years, Drew. It didn't want to come out. Kind of like a head bolt, you know?
It likes what it's been doing, and it weighs 620 pounds to be exact.
And it's been doing it well. 620. Thank you, man.
And we counted a total of 22 plus the half to 22 and a half turns on the A-latch.
I guess it just decided to be a recalcitrant teenager. How's that look, Drew? It looks great. Johnny, you ready? I'm out of my... Getting out of your way. Clear? Clear. Okay, Megan, I'm ready to start coming out of the telescope. Copy, coming out.